They only have a few guys guarding it, and these guys aren't very powerful men. My Sea Raider boss is doing a fantastic job. You can see their big axes doing a lot of damage. This is perfect for smashing through shields. It has been a long time coming, and this is perhaps my most requested army to test out. We've been going through different armies and troops to see how well they do on their own, because of course everyone knows a varied army is the best army, but what if we had a bit of fun and we tested out troops individually? So after all the comments, I decided, okay, let's do it. We have Sea Raiders. Now the Sea Raiders are an interesting tree. Like the Forest Bandits, there are multiple types that you can get. You start off with, of course, the normal Sea Raider. These are the guys that you're just going to be finding around. They'll be doing their thing, having a good time in the north. They'll be pretty easy to take out. They're pretty similar to the Sturgeon Recruits. But once upgraded, the Sea Raider Warriors are pretty badass. These guys are equipped with harpoons and of course some heavier armor and helmets, and of course a better cutting sword. Furthermore, the Sea Raider Chief is a very strong infantryman. With shields and throwing axes, they're going to be very similar to the Sturgeon Varags, so you're going to have to watch out for them on the battlefield. And finally, the Sea Raider bosses. They're probably the nearest equivalent you're going to get to the Huskal from Mount and Blade Warband. These guys, you're probably not going to be able to find them on the battlefield, but I wanted to try them out. It's a bit of fun anyway. Now, these guys are also equipped with javelins. This is the regular Sea Raiders, and for what they are, they're not badly equipped. Especially with spears, they're also decent anti-cav. Now, we are only going up against a few looters. We have 10 Sea Raiders against 8 of their looters, so this should be a pretty easy battle. Right, men, in you go. Do your thing. Chop them up. They're going down pretty fast. I mean, they're already softened up by the javelins, and they don't have the shields, much like my men do. So yeah, these guys have been dealt with pretty well. We did take one casualty, but it's nothing to write home about. With 25 men now, we have around 20 Sea Raiders and 5 of the Sea Raider Warriors. They are the next level up, and as I said, they've got better armor and especially better helmets. Now, going up a caravan of 35 is going to be interesting. I think we've still got this, but they do have cavalry. But remember, my Sea Raiders start with spears. We're doing a pretty good job of taking these guys out. As I said, we've got spears, so anti-cav is a speciality of these Sea Raiders. A pretty effective fighting force as the initial attack from the caravan runs away. Right, lads, let's go and find our victims. Let's just quickly march forward with my men, and I think the caravan will probably be hiding somewhere in the forest. If anyone knows me, they know I hate these forest battles, but snow and forest is where these Sea Raiders are thriving. So in this situation, we could come off better. Oh, here they are. It's mostly archers. Fortunately, my guys have shields. Let's get them into a shield wall, make them close and tight together. Go on, lads. Throwing their spears already. Up they go, taking some fire from the enemy archers, but our shields are making them pretty useless. Looking at the kill feed now, we're getting a few shots in, and that charge from the cavalry did a bit of damage. Go on, lads. Take them down, take them down. We're doing a good job of swarming them. Their archers have decided to pull back, and the archers are doing a bit of damage, shooting us in the back. We're actually taking quite a lot of fire. This could be a loss if we don't manage to pull it back. Come on, Sea Raiders. It's interesting to see the weaknesses and the strengths of all these units, and it seems the Sea Raiders, once they're in the battle, they turn their back on the archers, and that makes them very vulnerable. These archers are going to be the death of us, but they do have a few stronger infantry as well, which are taking us down. And all our men have been taken out. I was not expecting that. Sea Raiders, maybe not quite as effective as I initially thought. Now with 40 Sea Raider Warriors, we're a bit more kitted up. The spear is going to really help us, especially in these square formations. And up we go to try and take out this caravan, who do outnumber us, but I think it should be fine. This is a caravan of 49 to 40, so it's not necessarily greatly outnumbering. And the arrows starting to come in now on my guys. We're going to have to push up pretty quickly. We are taking a lot of fire, these guys, and we do not have shields on all our men. This is going to be very, very dangerous, especially to our guys without the shields. I'm not enjoying this at all. They are really doing a lot of damage. Go on, lads, get in there, do your thing. Oh, my words. Okay, we're throwing our javelins at the moment, doing some damage on their men. Their archers have pulled back, doing an all right job here. We're still standing our ground. The kill feed is going all right. We're losing men, but we're taking out more of them. Their archers once again proving to be a massive pain. Hold fast, guys. Hold fast. Get in there. I'm going to get my guys to hold fire, to stop trying to throw their javelins, and just to get in melee. Because in melee, as you can see, we can kill their archers. But their arrows are being a pain. Without a cavalry force, it's proving to be very difficult. These guys know what they did. I hate them so much. Destroy them all. So far, what we've discovered is Sea Raiders are good in melee, but archers are their Achilles heel. Now with Sea Raider Chiefs in our party, this could prove to be a different story, since we've got bigger shields and better armor. Come on, lads, this is our time to shine. Prove yourself worthy against the Valandians. They have 133 against our 76. I've got a good feeling about this. Oh, we can see the banners coming up now. I've got my men in a square formation, and so it begins. The attack has started. They're coming on us on all sides. Kill feed at the moment, looking all right. We're doing a good amount of damage, but their cavalry's coming in fast. If their cavalry decides it wants to break our formation, it can very easily. Time to get our guys to go in and do the charge. And with that, it's looking very good. Remember, we have spears. We have the ability to take out these horses, and by the kill feed, it's going very, very well. We're losing men, but they are losing men at double the rate. Go on, lads. Hold your ground. Hold your ground. Take them out. Take them out. They're coming in fast. They're coming in fast. Good job. We're doing a fantastic job here. They have some crossbowmen left. We're going to get our guys into a shield wall, and we're going to start to push up onto their crossbowmen, I think. Take these horses down. Okay, in a wall, we're going to push up. Push up towards their crossbow line now. And these are the last few. We are just throwing stuff at them. Just throwing stuff. And the charge goes in to take out the last few of their men. They can stand and fire all they want, but it isn't going to work. An absolute slaughter to the end. It was looking pretty sketchy in the middle, but we managed to pull it off. We managed to pull it off. And here we have the bodies, the brutality of this fight. Well, with that, it's time for a large siege. We have our warriors, we have our chiefs, and now we have our siege raider bosses. Now, in most videos, I test it out against a castle, but I decided to up the ante, get a bigger army, and go up against a city. Well, it seems that siege hasn't quite gone to plan. They decided they'd get some reinforcing armies and then sally out with 424 guys. So this is an offense that I have to oblige to. Forming up into the most defensive formation we possibly can. Gonna have to try and hold off against these guys. We are heavily outnumbered, double our number. But with the right brawn and heart, we could pull this off. Over the horizon, we hear the thundering of hooves. The Valandian mass converging on our position. And boy, are they powerful. They have some very heavily upgraded men, and especially their cavalry force. The first few are about to crash into our front line, and the axes go off, trying to do what they can to blunt the charge, but some carriage lancers are coming in. This guy was taken out pretty fast though. More cavalry coming in every which way, trying to break through our square, but fortunately, if we look by the chat, we seem to be holding them off. The square formation perfect for this sort of thing. They have stopped, but here comes the infantry. Our men should start to throw their axes as well, but the Valandians are coming in. The clash has started at the beginning, and all around they are starting to break through our front lines. Judging by the kill feed though, we're doing a pretty good job of defending against them, but we are losing men nonetheless. So let it be, let the charge happen, let's push them back on all sides. We're starting to make up a full frontal line here. This frontal curve should try and hold and just push them back so they don't get behind us, but as we see by the kill feed, somewhat working, somewhat not. An absolute brutal affair here. Everyone just trying to hold their ground and do their thing. Cavalry still coming in, doing charges. I don't like this at all. I do not like this at all. I managed to team kill a Sea Raider chief. That's not great. That's not great. Go on, lads. Push them back. Push them back. But look at that kill feed. The crossbowmen destroying our Sea Raiders. What happened previously on a smaller scale has come to pass. It's time to form back up into a shield wall. Look at the kill feed. The crossbowmen destroying our men. We've got to get in there. We've got to destroy these guys. Look at this kill feed. I was not expecting this at all. These crossbowmen doing so much damage to our men. There's only one thing for it, to lead them into battle myself. Come on, lads. Lead them in. Lead them into the battle. Push them back. This could be a loss for us, though. Oh, I've been taken down, and it's not looking good for the rest of our men. We had that. We had the victory, but it was clutched from us by the crossbowmen. As you can see, Sea Raiders are great, but there are issues. There are some real issues. Archers and crossbowmen being one of their biggest weaknesses, they are taken out like nothing. Could this mean that a siege is almost unfeasible for them? So let's put that to the test. We have trebuchets on all sides, and you better believe it, baby, 2 breaches in their walls. Remember though, these guys have crossbowmen, and we saw just how much they can slaughter my men. But here we are, going through the breach. They only have a few guys guarding it, and these guys aren't very powerful men. My Sea Raider boss is doing a fantastic job. You can see their big axes doing a lot of damage. This is perfect for smashing through shields. A similar thing happening on this side as well. My Sea Raider boss is doing a fantastic job. You can see by the kill feed, this is no mean feat. We probably won't even need our battering ram. Our guys are just doing such a great job. Breaches are the best way of getting into castles. And in we go. An absolute slaughter in the streets. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think these guys even stood a chance. With my warriors and chiefs and bosses, it was just dead from the beginning. And look at this, a whole city fallen in a matter of minutes. And yes, they can retreat to the keep all they want, but we will chase them down and slaughter them one by one. While our men couldn't do a fantastic job when it came to fighting on the playing field against crossbowmen, once they get into melee, they are brutal. And that is what we've been able to do this day. I think they've just got a few more in the towers there, but they're being taken out very nice and swiftly, and that is it. A complete victory to my men. Look at it, my new castle. We've seen how good these guys are against sieges once they get through. We've seen their weaknesses to ranged units, and we've seen them on a pretty large scale. But I don't think it's quite large enough. And here we are, the army to end all armies. We have all the Sea Raider warriors, we have all the Sea Raider bosses and the Sea Raider chiefs. These guys are going to be absolutely brutal. We're up against an army of about 450, and in numbers it's pretty even, but I think we're going to slaughter them. Arrows are coming in already, very lightly, very lightly. This is supposedly a river battle. I can see the river off in the distance. Doesn't look like it's going to be playing a part in this battle, as they have moved forward additionally. My men are about to get into position. I can't wait to see how powerful their axes are, and they're starting to come in now. The axes are starting to do their damage. Oh my word. The sheer number is only going to grow. And sped up, you can see, oh my god, the amount of axes coming in, and the kill feed is showing that as well. The clash has started at the front now. They are no match for our shield wall. Their cavalry trying to push round, but we are holding fast. Kill feed's looking good, doing its job. And it begins, their front line is starting to push back. Now this army we're fighting against was no mean feat. They have some very strong warriors. These are pretty much the highest level battalions you can get in the game. But the amount of axes coming in now, the residue axes that my men still have, just throwing them straight in. Against infantry, these guys are unbeatable. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at all the axes around him. How he has not been hit by one yet, I do not know. Fortunately, our guys tend not to like to throw axes at people that are being chased down by friendlies. They don't like to team kill, but that is it. The last few running away. A victory to the Sea Raiders. So yeah, they're pretty powerful. Weak against projectiles, and sieges are alright as long as you can make breaches in the walls, but as long as you're going up against infantry, they're a very powerful troop and faction to use. They can hold a line like no other. You can see the carpet of battalion bodies here. It is so uneven, the amount of them versus us. There are a few battalion reinforcements that have decided to turn back and try and help, but it's not going to do them much good. My men just taken out the rest of their cavalry. And so we have it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It's been a lot of fun to make. These are the Sea Raiders. They're great. They're fantastic. They do a lot of damage, and they throw a lot of axes that go into the heads of looters. But if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a comment of more units and troops that you want me to test out throughout the game. But until then, guys, I will see you in the next one.